And yes, welcome to the class. I will shortly give introduction to what this class is about, and then speak about assignments and grading. And then today we will have a lecture on regulations. I hope to be done with it and leave you with some material to watch by the videos. But anyway, for now, here I am. My name is Valentin, and here you have well, a quick way to get to my homepage. You can also search me in Google or otherwise. So yes, this is the web page for the course. I hope you were able to get to it one way or another. If you are not, then, well, you can find my web page, and here on the web page, I have a whole section devoted to the courses, and this is the course in which we are now. So more generally, just a short introduction of myself to those of you who see me or hear me for the first time. So I've done my PhD back in the US, and then I moved to Finland, spent 7 years in Finland, and then came here to Norrköping to teach in FTL program. I know there are also students from other programs in this course. So yes, some of the courses I teach taken jointly by FTL and other students SL, and I think here we may have also some students from KTS. Yeah, so this is the course we are in now, and this is the course webpage. Nothing super specific. Well, there is just some kind of announcements section. Yeah, well, the information on this website is not final until the course starts, but the course has just started, so I guess that's when the information becomes final. So yes, I'm the instructor. Right, so the course is given on distance. I know that some courses, well, the courses are allowed to be given in the university now, but this course was planned when we were unsure about the situation. And in particular, there were quite a few students who asked if it is possible to take the course on distance. And back then I said yes. So even if we go to classrooms at some point, I will still be doing some kind of teaching on Zoom and recording, and yes, putting all the lectures and all the videos here on the website. Right, so it's good that you are all here. You found your way into Zoom, but if you know somebody who hasn't received the link to the Zoom, but still is registered for the course, please let me know, let them know. So as I said, I will be using some videos. I'm recording as we speak, but also there are some videos that I recorded during earlier events, and not only I recorded, there are also videos by others. So not all the videos are done specifically for this class, so not for today or for the specific lectures that we have here. So you may hear some references to chats and even some questions and answers, so on. Just ignore those. So the well, the course material may change slightly. As I said, I will be putting the videos. Maybe I will put some Jamboard notes, some applets that we go over. But in general, I don't expect any major changes to the course content and to the content of the website. If there will be some changes, then of course I will announce them in class during the lectures and also by email. So yes, so there is this section on the lectures and would-be videos. Then there are a few assignments that I want to stop on for some time, and then there are links. So for the assignments, we have well, essentially one mandatory assignment. It's the projects, and you will have to do one project. It will be done in groups. I have a special slide on it a bit later. But basically, there are two kinds of projects. a review project when you write a paper, approximately 10 pages, but if you need more, you can use appendices. And there are a couple of topics for the review that I'm suggesting. So one is looking at visual pollution, how much drones may be annoying from the point of view of visual pollution. People may be unhappy with seeing drones and so on, how this can be mitigated, quantified, are there any regulations, and so on. I don't think there is anything specific to drones as far as visual pollution goes. So, well, you would have to look outside and see how it applies to unmanned traffic management and so on. Somewhat similarly, there is a perceived noise. How do people perceive noise? How it's calculated? Give all the details and so on. And again, the question is, what is so specific to unmanned traffic management, urban air mobility, in terms of perceived noise? There is quite some work and some information on noise in conventional aviation. Well, you may see what of it applies to the drones and what maybe doesn't. And last but certainly not least is you may write a review on a topic of your choice. I do have a few other possible topics to suggest, but if you find something interesting for yourself, then certainly get to me and we'll discuss. You will write a review on that. And for those of you who like maybe coding more than writing papers, there are some coding projects. So of course you would have to submit a code that works and, well, a really short description of the code. You may use pseudocode if you know what it is. For instance, if you took the basic logistics algorithms course with me, or if you know otherwise. But anyway, so description here is not as important. The code is of course the main part of the coding project. And a couple of suggestions. One is again related to noise. There is EASA report on modeling the noise from rotorcraft in general. Well, it's about 40 pages long, but most of those are formulas that you would have to translate into code and so on. Look at the paths of drones and do other things. Anyway, so that's one project. Look at the noise modeling. And the other project is to look at the air risk. And this is just a set of slides that I prepared, and I will show it to everyone in the class, how the available airspace changes with height and so on. So I won't go into any details on it now, since this will be part of a lecture in the course. But basically doing some kind of graphical user interface showing how the available airspace, the airspace available for urban air mobility changes with height in the vicinity of the airport. Again, I'll give much more details to those of you who may be interested in this project. And here too, again, last but not least, if there is something that you would like to code or you find interesting to code within the domain of unmanned traffic management, urban air mobility, then of course we'll have to discuss that and possibly do that. So you have to do a project. I guess I may make it slightly larger. You will have to do a project, and then other assignments are the homework and the practice exam. So the doing homework is optional, and I haven't filled it fully with the questions. You may still look at them, and some of the questions, or at least those that are already here, maybe you will be able to answer even after today, or look at those. Yeah, they're on risk and so on. But I will be filling in with more questions as we progress. And I don't know how fast we will go and what we will cover, what's not. So I have these blanks between some of the questions here in white font. I have the answers to the questions. So if you want to look at the answers, you just well, select, and hopefully you'll be able to read or just save this document for yourself and yeah, do any font that you want to look at the answers to the questions. So this essentially, there are no homework 1, homework 2, and so on. There are no deadlines, so all of them are, well, the homework is optional. All of these questions are optional. They are for you to be prepared to the exam and hopefully have some fun with the questions. So there is a single file with these homeworks, and it's filled in as we progress. And similarly, there is a practice exam. You don't have to do it, but it may give you an idea of how the actual exam will look like. In particular, this cover page will be absolutely the same in practice exam and in the exam. So the only missing part here is that I don't know how many points, well, how many points altogether there will be on the exam, and how many points you will have to get in order to pass the course. So again, I'm filling in the practice exam with questions, and yeah, again, my little Polichinelle secret is that here are the answers. As we progress, I will put more, but this cover page will not change. I will just put the number of points, necessary number of points here for you to pass the exam, and the total number of points. And well, essentially, you'll have to get half of the points in order to pass the course. So just as a little note, if you haven't realized it yourself, I've been changing the the zooming on the Zoom screen, but of course all of these are available from the course webpage, so you can just click on them and open. Hopefully I have the necessary permission that anybody with the link can open these documents. If not, then let me know. Okay, so those are the assignments. Again, I will, after finishing with these administrative matters, I will have a few more slides on assignments and gradings, but these are the links to the assignments. And then on the web page, there is this whole section with yes, various links that are related to the course. There are also some sister courses into which you don't have to look, but if you're interested, there are some courses from our colleagues speaking about similar things. So yes, this UAM 101 from Community, I forgot, Air Mobility Initiative. Quite a few videos, quite a few lectures, but nothing that is really necessary to look at. And then there is the whole seminar series at well, CAL, unmanned CAL is the University of California, Berkeley, and they, together with NASA, they have several lectures. All of them are on YouTube, very much related to urban air mobility and UTM. Again, nothing mandatory, but you must still look at them. Yeah, so those were about the sister courses. So these links are something that you will have to use. I mean, they are also, you also have these links in slides, but I'm gathering them also on the web page. We will be looking a lot at some of the documents. So the EASA's easy access rules. So these are the regulations that we will be studying, in particular, the regulation 947. Not the regulation 945, that's about manufacturing. And these are huge. These regulations are huge, but they're very conveniently kind of gathered together. Well, you can do a single PDF here and then this single PDF file and get lost in it. But also there is this online format which has pretty nice table of content, and you may see where to which particular part you want to go. I will give you specific links, and I think it's very well organized. We'll have some examples of how nicely these acceptable means of compliance and guidance material are presented in these EASA easy access rules. Anyway, very useful link for this course, but also in general. It also has a whole list of abbreviations. Again, I will have the link to them from the slides, and we'll speak about abbreviations today. But again, this is EASA. This is more or less fixed, at least for Europe, which is good. Again, one important link is to SORA, Specific Operations Risk Assessment. So that's something, again, that we will study in some detail. SORA is huge. We will concentrate only on ground risk, and more specifically on the first step in determining the ground risk, which is called the intrinsic ground risk. So this is the table with which you will work in homework, and there is also a practice exam question. More generally, I will not have a special lecture on SORA because there is a video on SORA about 1 hour, which I think does it better than I will ever be able to do. So you will look at SORA in general from this video. Again, it's about 1 hour. And then we will do these ground risk intrinsic ground risk class determination with, well, I'll show you how to do that. And of course, it's also in SORA, so you'll have to browse through. But again, it's SORA alone is pretty huge, and I'll explain the reason why it is. It covers quite a lot of operations in a specific category. And that's on, again, SORA is only part of a regulation. 947, or rather the acceptable means of compliance to it. So 947 is even larger than SORA. I would encourage you to browse through it, but not necessarily read through all of it. I mean, I will ask you to read through a couple of short regulations, and 2 pages, but for the larger ones, in general, it's more important that you know that these regulations exist and you know where to find the information that you need, rather than really know what the specific information is, what are the dimensions of the aircraft in different categories, subcategories, and so on and so forth. So we will not be speaking too much about numbers, rather understanding what regulations exist, where you should look for different things, and so on. Yes, so that was about SORA, and then there are a few other regulations. So for the U-Space regulations, I don't know if there exists some kind of easy read material. So I'm just referring to what I found the regulations as they are on the EU website. And I wouldn't say that this is the most easy read in general, but on the other hand, it's not too large, and I will pinpoint to some specific places. Well, no need to read all these annexes and stuff, but anyway, so these two, 665 and 666, are really short. I would like to read through them in full. Well, not much on them. And yes, last but not least, I put the link here to GeoGebra suite. Yeah, I can click, of course, on it. Just to give you a preview of what it is, it's a kind of geometric software, that interactive software that lets you play with some geometry, build what you want, and we will be using it for some of the algorithms and geometry things in the course. So one note that I'm putting here is that I do plan to use GeoGebra homeworks and practice exam, and also on the actual exam. And on the actual exam, you will be time constrained, and you will have to share your work with me so I can evaluate it. And as far as I understand, sharing your work requires that you have a GeoGebra account. It's a free account, and you may register with Google or Facebook or some other things, or just with a separate account for GeoGebra. But it's probably good to do it before the exam. But again, we will work with GeoGebra even before the exam, so it will not take you by surprise. Just putting this note here. So that's more or less what I had as regards the web page. Hopefully nothing unusual from the web page. So here is the first set of slides. Well, two slides. The title slide, where basically we have the links to the web page, and then of course from the web page to the set of slides, so we can go into infinite loop. But let's do something else, break out of this loop, and look at the course activities and the schedule for this year, at least. So I scheduled the course for Mondays and Fridays, 1 to 3. And I think I will have lectures on Mondays, mostly. And the lectures will be on Zoom as we have now, or as I said, some of the lectures I may just use pre-recorded videos. And I don't know if I will use them on Mondays or maybe just ask you to watch the lectures. Otherwise, I do want to use Mondays as much as possible to whatever. Well, it's not face-to-face, but at least the time when I'm in Zoom and you can ask questions. So for the face-to-face meetings, I did ask about the rooms availability, but well, basically they said that there are many who now are trying to get from remote meeting mode to campus, and for the large class, anyway, long story short, there is no available room right now, but if there is, and if we meet, again, I mostly want to say that for those of you who watching it on distance, there will be a possibility. So if we go into a room and face-to-face meeting, I will also record the meeting on Zoom. So we'll be in the hybrid mode. There may be some guest lectures. So I spoke to some colleagues in different authorities, in particular to our former students from FTL program who work now in the authorities with the drones, and well, they're busy, and some of them were excited to hopefully come to Norrköping and come back to Norrköping and teach, but again, there are no rooms, so maybe they're slow in answering whether they will come or not, but we'll see. Maybe there will be some guest lectures. And last but not least, if we have time remaining, I may ask you to do the presentations of the projects that you do. But again, at this point, I don't see the time in the schedule to look at your projects and well, to have you speak. Of course, I will look at your projects, grading them and discussing them with you, but not for proper presentation. One reason is that we will probably have, I don't know, around 8 groups or something, so that would take the full 2 hours, and I feel a bit time constrained. And here is the reason why I'm a bit unsure about the lectures and how much I will have to put into videos. Anyway, here is the problem. So I looked at time edit when I was trying to decide which activities I schedule when. And this is the thing that bugs me, that on Fridays, this course well, collides with whatever Thomas is teaching. And Thomas is a wonderful teacher, and whichever group is taking something from them, from him, I really don't want to be in a conflict. So I decided not to have kind of mandatory lectures for the Fridays, and keep the Fridays for, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, seminars, labs, maybe office hours, where we would do discussion of projects, have your questions and answers, and so on. So basically no lectures on Fridays. And well, that leaves not too many Mondays for us. So we have 6 Mondays scheduled. One of the Mondays will be the exam. So with 5 Mondays, we have quite some material to cover. Okay, so coming back to these office hours, or whatever you want to call this Friday activities, email me whether you want to meet, I don't know, in my room, or maybe on campus, or maybe we will maybe I'll reserve a larger room depending on the number of people. Or if you want to meet on Zoom, that's also fine, or both. So Friday is kind of your call. So Mondays is when I teach, and Fridays is when you tell me what to do. You come with the questions, and also decide whatever is more convenient for you. And for different groups, different things are convenient. As I said, you can have both the face-to-face meeting in the office, and I can connect to Zoom simultaneously, or at different times from the office, and so on. And of course, you shouldn't feel constrained to contact me only on these Fridays. So Fridays is rather more for myself, scheduled times when I know I am devoted to this course in one way or another. But in principle, you can email me at any time, ask for a meeting, again, face-to-face or in Zoom, whatever you like. There's no constraints. on that. Okay, so that's about Fridays. And yes, last but not least, the exam will be on Monday during our scheduled time. The exam will be 1 hour long, and I guess now I'm answering one of the questions that I saw in the chat. And well, the question was how many credits you get for the exam. I would say 6, but I'll speak about grading in the next set of slides about assignment and grading. Okay, and now I can say what the other question was. What happens if you fail the exam? Well, nothing unusual. If you fail the exam, you do another exam. Hopefully, we won't have to do it, but I will schedule some other occasion when you will be given another chance to take the exam. So hopefully that answers your questions in chat.